The opportunity is simply ridiculous. Everything is showing like, guys, next year, everything is about to take off. It's going to go way higher than where we are right now. And the market is currently, this is the altcoin market, is currently looking like this. Lower highs, lower lows, aka great buying opportunities, right? If we are constantly up, then everybody has the faith and the belief and everybody is bullish, of course, but then you never get a good entry. And for the people that dollar cost, your average price will be way higher. Now the market is showing like, guys, we're going up. But first, you can buy cheap if you want. That's exactly what we like. And unfortunately, a lot of people now feel like, I stopped believing. It's not going to work this time. All right, fine. We don't need you. Get out. Get out. Never come back. Stay away. For the people that didn't, got out, welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on for your daily crypto content and your daily bullish crypto content from now on. I was very cautious in the whole bear market and the whole sideways market. And now that the market has shown like, hey, guys, we are in a bull market, but we just get a good correction. It's like, that's the best risk-reward ratio place to buy, actually. So what I want to do in this video is I asked on the YouTube channel, like, hey guys, I want to go over a couple of coins. I want to throw some TA on and just look at it. And I got a lot of comments, so I cannot cover this all in one video, of course, but I got a couple already. If you feel like, hey, check out this coin, this coin, this coin, let me know down below. I want to give a disclaimer though. I'm going to look at these altcoins on their dollar pair and on their Bitcoin pair, as I guess most people only care about the dollar pair, but newsflash, Bitcoin pair is more important. That's at least a way to make more money if you play that game right. And also I want to say, like, I am not here to give like real price predictions or anything, because I can already tell you that I'm going to be wrong on that. I can say like something is going to $10, and if it goes to 8, then everybody can laugh at me, right? Like you cannot place a serious prediction really on altcoins. So I want to burn my fingers to that, but I want to give areas like, hey, this is what I would entry, this is what I would exit or dollar cost out, or this is what I would stay away from in the first place, whatever. Nothing fundamental. Also, so I don't want to look at the coins like, wow, what they're doing. And no, I just want to look at charts, right? I just want to look at charts. That's where the money is. If the fundamentals are actually that great, then we will see it in the charts. First, this video is recorded the day you watch, so we can go over a little short-term shit, right? The Bitcoin dominance still going up, and it looks like, yeah, it kind of depends on how you draw this trend line actually as well. Because the Bitcoin dominance is showing like, hey, is this going to be an alt season or not? We are sitting at the top of the range, right? And it's not a clear breakout. It's also not a rejection. So I want to see how this plays out in the coming month or so. And then we can see like, hey, is alt season now really coming? Or do we get one rectification for altcoins first, and then an alt season is coming? Because at the end of the day, year in this case, it will be coming in my opinion. And again, for the people that are maybe new to the channel, altcoins, nice. But if you haven't been in altcoins for this whole cycle, look at this. You haven't missed out on anything, right? As a trader, you might have, if you bought here, sold here, and buy it back here. But as an investor, altcoins on their Bitcoin pair are now sitting at the lows, right? Sitting at the same level as where they were in February 2021, right before the parabolic alt season happened, right there, right? That was alt season number 1 and the alt season number, 2, and alt season number 1 we had in 2017. And this looks like a pretty decent area to me to get our third alt season. But so far, you can buy the lows on the overall altcoin market. So it is overall, in my opinion, not Financial Times, not a bad time to allocate right now. With that being said, also one last disclaimer, and this goes for all the coins that I'm going to mention. They can go much lower. And I think that September is going to offer us an answer if that's going to happen or not. Because then we're going to get the rate cuts. Then QE is going to start, which is fucking bullish for altcoins. As you can see right here as well, the global liquidity index, it is going up again. And this is basically showing like, hey, there is a big fat fucking bull market coming. That's kind of what it is. But it doesn't mean that things cannot go down in the short term, right? And especially crypto, there's no liquidity in there compared to the overall markets, right? The stock market. And then we're going to talk about low cap altcoins. Yeah, they can crash 95% in a bull market, right? If that happened in the S&P, it wouldn't be so good, right? So do keep in mind that if you give your altcoin, if your altcoin is right there, the lower cap it is, the harder it can fall, of course, right? That's, I hope, understandable. Everything, outside of the top 10 is considered extremely high fucking risk, and it doesn't matter what it is, actually. All the disclaimers aside, let's get right into it. So I got a couple, and I'm just working this list first. So somebody asked about Matic. So Matic on the dollar pair, look, I mean, it is kind of a special one for me because, yes, it is holding support at the lows so far, which were it been in 2021, 2022, and now 2024 as well. However, the highs are very diminishing, right? The highs are super diminishing. So although I definitely can see Matic bounce from this point, and let me put it on a logarithmic chart, by the way, that makes a little more sense in this case. Right? Although I see Matic maybe bounce at this point, you can also see, and that this is not perfect, right? But you can see that the highs are diminishing. So Matic going back to the previous all-time high, I doubt it. That's what I doubt, at least. But can it pull off at least a 2x? Yeah, it can. But if you wonder, like, hey, if you're only in for a 2x, just buy Bitcoin. You will probably get your 2x this cycle. The thing is, why it's this week is because Matic on its Bitcoin pair is absolutely fucking terrible. Not gonna lie, this was the range, top of the range, lower side of the range. And it broke. And since it broke the range, it has been down 60% against Bitcoin, right? Which has also been down from this level right here. So yeah, Matic is doing terrible. Now, it did find some support over here where we had this resistance, but you have to realize that this is not a lot, right? And that was the upside of the range. We can also go to the downside right there. And that lines up with more support right here and here. So that might actually hold. But again, from this point, that's another 30% down for Matic. And you should realize, like, what am I doing it for? On its Bitcoin pair, yeah, it has to go up 2x. And then it can test the ultimate huge support as big resistance. So I think there's nothing great for Matic coming up. And please, guys, this video is career suicide, okay? Because I'm gonna get a lot of things wrong, right? Like, same case, Matic, like great developments, there's too much money in crypto and it just does this. And everybody be like, you fucking suck, dude. I'm just speaking the probabilities here, okay? Not something you should trade, but it just might be, okay? Chainlink. It's a bit boring, but Chainlink is also not falling that hard, right? So it is more stable compared to the rest of the altcoin market. So if you feel like, hey, low risk, low return, Chainlink could be a good one. Chainlink is, in my opinion, not going to 10x from this point. Yeah, maybe best case scenario. You never know. But Chainlink has some work to do. Now, what I like, though, is that we were in this range, right? For a long time, from May 2022 till October 2023. So 1.5 years, Chainlink has been basically doing nothing. Was in an accumulation area, right? Between $5 and $8. So then it broke out in October last year. And finally, in August this year, it retested, right? So 10 months later, we finally had the retest, right? And it's understandable. You cannot have this much resistance and not test it as support once. This is a pattern that I see a lot, right? Where you range, break out, retest, up, right? Or you just range here for a while with this $8 as support instead of resistance. What I would say is 8.5, give or take, looks to be a very decent buying level if you're interested in Chainlink. However, again, I want to give a disclaimer though. This is more about the disclaimers. On its Bitcoin pair, it sucks, of course, right? On its Bitcoin pair, it has been basically going down. And that's because while Chainlink has been ranging, Bitcoin has been going up, right? So as you can see right here, from May 2022 to October 2023, it did literally nothing. From May 2022, on its Bitcoin pair, which is right here, right? Until October 2023, it has been doing quite some shit, right? Like that was here. So it went all the way up and it went down super hard and it ended kind of way lower than where it was over here. And that's because Bitcoin did went up against the dollar and Chainlink didn't. So it was a better buy to be in Bitcoin and you can now buy really, really, really lows. I don't know why this line is here. It's not like really perfect. But yeah, I don't know. On its Bitcoin pair, kind of everything sucks, right? Because we've been in Bitcoin season for a long time. People want an alt season, I understand that, but it's been a Bitcoin season for a very long time. Look, an alt season is where the Bitcoin dominance goes down. Well, it's basically been going parabolic. So overall, most altcoins, of course, they should be fucking wrecked on their Bitcoin pair, right? So Chainlink is just one of them. What you want to see is that it holds important lows, though. And it kind of looks like we're breaking that. So you want to be careful with that, though. But you can also maybe, I don't like lines necessarily. I like boxes more because it's never one exact level where you bounce. You usually have a whole area where you do that, right? So as long as Chainlink is above this level, I think we're good. If we break that, then it can go down, what's this, 40% or something like that. What's here? Yeah, 40%. The answer is, in my opinion, DCA, if you believe in the project. DOT. DOT has been super weak. DOT has been really weak. We have these lows basically, had a little fake out right here, but it held the low, it held the low, it held the low, right? Thing is though, you could have bought DOT, right, in December 2022. Now you will be sitting at the same level. So your money hasn't changed, right? December 2022. But if you bought Bitcoin December 2022, you would have bought it at the lows, right? That was the low for Bitcoin. Fucking hell. So if you would have bought Bitcoin, you would now be up 4x. On DOT, you would have exact the same amount of money. So it's been terrible, right? And probably on the DOT Bitcoin chart, yeah, fucking awful. So with DOT, it's very simple. It depends on what you like most. If you like to just look at altcoins on the dollar pair because you play that game, but most people do, then you can look at it and be like, well, it's sitting at the low, it's a good buy, right? And it might. If you play the slightly more, I want to say advanced, I don't know how to call it, strategic game, and you look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, and again, because DOT was sitting at the low, and Bitcoin as well, but Bitcoin is up 4x, but DOT is at the same level, so you could have better bought Bitcoin, and now you can buy DOT at major lows with that Bitcoin, right? Yeah, then you can look at this chart, and by looking at this chart, I would say, fuck this shit, right? Because the altcoin market, what you want to do is actually look at the overall altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair in this case, right? And this is what you get. It's sitting at the same lows as where it was in June 2023, right? It's not making way new lows. It's sitting at a double bottom kind of, right? So if your altcoin kind of looks like this or maybe higher, then it's a good one, right? But if your altcoin looks way more terrible like this, then it's underperforming the overall market big time, right? Big time. Because again, this low was also in June 2023. In June 2023, DOT was like, whoa, this. Since that level, yeah, kind of here, DOT went down another 57%. So being in DOT was really wrecking yourself. And therefore, you can now look at this chart and be like, well, it's so low right now. But the problem is you could have thought that here as well, or here, or here, or here. In reality, you are catching a falling knife. And it might as well go down another 80%, right? And you might feel like, wow, 80%? Yeah, 80%, it's definitely possible. Look, I mean, take it from the highs, it's down 80%, right? Take it from that level, it's now down already another 63%. Right? So, yeah, who knows how far it can go down even more, right? So I would say with DOT, I would never fucking buy this. What I would do is just wait for it to see if it somewhere bottoms in the first place, if it's not just a dead coin, and if it does, where, right? And if it does something like this, you can buy the uptrend, right? Then you have not lost money this whole way. And yeah, you did miss out a little bit on the bottom, but that's, yeah, you choose what you prefer. Injective. Let me take a look at Injective right here and remove everything, start fresh. Look, Injective is a good one. Simple. I mean, Injective is just an outperformer, right? When every altcoin, so again, if you look at others on their Bitcoin pair, so the altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair, can I get that? Shit, I can't. Well, then fuck it, let's take it on the dollar pair. Look, yeah, it's not a great example though. Okay, fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. Look at others on their Bitcoin pair, right? Altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair. Look, Injective has been basically going up since, I don't know, September 2022 on the dollar pair, really hard, really hard. If you look at Injective on its Bitcoin pair though, it has been going up since June 2022 on its Bitcoin pair. Well, since June 2022 on its Bitcoin pair, the altcoin market in general had a fucking intense crash, right? The altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair since that period, yeah, depends kind of where you take it from, dropped 50%, while Injective went up with 1800%, right? So yeah, huge outperformer. And now it is finally showing like, guys, okay, here you have a little buying opportunity again. What I love, by the way, is that, look, I mean, if you take a Fibonacci tool, and you take it from the top to the, from the bottom, here we go. Good morning. From the bottom to the top, right? What do you see? 0.786, important level. That comes in right at the support, and that's exactly where Injective bounced as well, right? What you want to see is that it holds this level. If it does, then it's a fantastic buying opportunity. And that's on its Bitcoin pair, right? But that's fantastic. On the dollar pair, yeah, I mean, it's just looking like the altcoin market, right? Just lower lows, lower highs from beginning this year, basically, March, actually. Just going down. And Injective, it wicked all the way up to $52. It's now $20. It's not a major discount, but it's also showing like, hey guys, you're buying something that's super strong. So I would say, I don't think we're going to take out this wick of $13. I think that chance was there. If it gets back to around $17, cool one. Yeah. AVAX. Yeah, I have a lot of AVAX. Well, a lot. I don't know. I want more, but I have AVAX in my portfolio. I love AVAX for what they do. Chart-wise, I mean, look, we had support, we had a little resistance, we had resistance, a little resistance right here. It came down, found it as support, and now bounces, right? Again, it's maybe a little too soon to call for some of these coins, but you want to see this hold. This is like Injective at $17. Well, that goes for AVAX at 20. I think AVAX at 20 is a great buy. To be really honest, I love it. I think that this could go way higher. And look, if you take Fibonacci, then the 786 comes in exactly at that level as well. So that also lines it up. So AVAX at $20, great. Look, and worst case scenario, what if we do get a bad recession and everything goes shit, etc., etc.? I don't know. But in case something bad happens to the market and everything goes down, and this level breaks for AVAX, then yeah, $10. Right, so therefore, that's not my base case, by the way. But it's also not impossible, right? Crypto is here to fucking wreck you and to make some people rich. And I don't know. I think that the best thing you can do to not get fully wrecked is always consider that you might be wrong about something. And so, although I think that that AVAX is not going to go that low, I will always have some cash in case this happens, right? Because what if AVAX get back to its previous all-time high, just to name something, right? And it goes from here. Then you're making a 6x on it, right? 488%. But if it does get back first here, and then goes back to its all-time high, you make a 14x, right? 1300%. That difference is like, that could be life-changing. And the only thing that you have to do actually is just prepare for the worst. Because in crypto, that happens. Plus, even worse than that. AVAX on its Bitcoin pair. I think that AVAX on its Bitcoin pair is quite interesting because it looks a little bit like the previous run, right? Where we had a hard fall, found a bottom, hard fall, found a bottom. We spiked up hard towards like, I don't know, this level right here. That's what we did here as well. Then came down back to like the support. And AVAX is like, yeah, it looks likely. It's down another 25%. But then again, we already had 69%. So how much is 25%, right? And what it's doing right now, high, lower high, low high, low high, low high, right? So it's not that weird. So if AVAX on its Bitcoin pair comes back down to this level, I'm a buy. Right, because that's exactly then repeating apart from the fact that it's super low, it's also repeating the last cycle. And last cycle, this is where we bounced before it really took off, right? That's where AVAX on its Bitcoin pair did a 8.5x. Plus Bitcoin also went up in that period. So that's why AVAX on the dollar pair completely ripped. Yeah, it looks good to me, man. It looks good. I love it. CGPT was asked as well. Look, I mean, this is a newer coin, and that's always more speculative. They have some AI tools. They have a launchpad. They, I don't want to go into the technicals, like I said, but they're doing a good job. And you can see it in the chart as well, right? We were lucky, some of us at least back then on this channel, were lucky enough to get into the IDO. It ripped. Right? It completely, I don't know how many X's this was, but in total it did like 50, 60X or so. Then it took a nosedive. And in, end of 2023, where the whole market picked up with a 5X on general in the altcoin market, this one did a 16X, right? So it's a big outperformer as well. And then, of course, after such a rippage, you also have to compensate for that. So it went down 82%. And that looks to me like a fantastic buying opportunity, to be honest. Problem is that, we had this resistance right here, and you want to see it hold as support, and it did for a little bit, but it broke, and now it tested as resistance and gets rejected again. And if it keeps on going down like this, because, we just put in a lower low, so it's not unlikely to get another lower low, where could it go? Then this level should be on the table, actually. And that's around 9 cents watts. Now, almost 13, so it's not that far from here, but it's what, 30% or something like that? Yeah. So prepare for 30% down, I would say. If that happens, great buying opportunity. And we'll see by then, right? If that happens, we're going to cover like, will it hold, will it not? Chain GPT on its Bitcoin pair. I mean, also holding the November lows pretty well. It's up 55% since then, right? And November lows, and let me see, the overall altcoin market is down pretty hard from that period. So Chain GPT, relative strength, right? Relative strength. And yeah, that's what you want to see in an altcoin, right? That it outperforms Bitcoin during a Bitcoin season, because then it's probably going to fucking rip during an altcoin season. And I can already kind of promise you that we are getting an altcoin season, right? The only thing that needs to happen is that the Bitcoin dominance goes down. Now, yeah, like it won't go up forever, right? It will go down someday. That's an alt season, simple. And then you can see these kind of altcoins really rip on the Bitcoin pair. If Bitcoin holds up or does well at that point in time as well, then you can see these altcoins on the dollar pair completely fucking fly, right? Like crazy valuations. So ChainGPT is definitely one that shows the strength. Now, in the meantime, if you want to like the video, I would really appreciate it. Let's go. I don't want to set targets, but can we get 200 this time? I don't know if that's possible. Let's just try, man. Let's try. We can do it, man. AiTech, also newer than ChainGPT, right? So not that much history, but then again, the rest of the chart is kind of looking similar as ChainGPT. And then that's quite funny. The narratives also AI tools and a launchpad. Terrible launchpad in my opinion, but still, it's a launchpad. Yeah, and it's doing well, man. It's doing well. It went all the way down from 50 cents to 9 right now. So it's down 81% from the cycle highs. If you look at it on its Bitcoin pair, you can see that it holds up pretty well from these lows as well. So also looks to be an outperformer. So I think it will be a good one. GT protocol. Look, this one is too dangerous, I think. Why? Because GT protocol, as you can see, it's quite new, right? It came out during a period where altcoins ripped, right? So therefore you had a huge success on it. We were in with Web3 whales as well. As you can see, 28x, great returns. But as soon as now the market doesn't do well, this thing is doing nothing but going down for the last, since March, right? And that's a little bummer. Look, if you, I mean, if you look at the altcoin market since March, right, also been going down, but at least had some pretty solid bounces along the way, right? GT protocol, one bounce right here of 30% in a week, and that's it. So I have seen a lot of charts that look like this, and you just don't want to gamble that this is not going to be one of those, right? It might not, it might. That's what I don't know. And again, you can look at the project and what they're building, but if it's actually all that bullish, then the chart wouldn't look like this. So too dangerous for me. On the Bitcoin pair, look, it's kind of already doing something like that, right? It's pretty close to the lows and it's just down only. So I would not buy this. No, just not. Then last one for this video, but again, leave your comments for other altcoins as well. And I have like 10,000 more of these coins, so I will cover this more if you like. We have Condux. This is a coin that I have in my portfolio as well. Strong project, man. Strong project. This is fucking incredible. I don't know what the Fibonacci is doing over there, but I'm not completely sure if this is right, actually. So let me remove this. But also, this is quite new. It came out in November 2022, and until September, it kind of went down. Well, November 2022, which was here. So it released in the bear market, where the bear market kind of a little went up, mostly sideways, nothing too special, right? There they basically went down. So in a market that doesn't really perform, it does meh. But in a market that does perform, where it did pull off a 5x, Condux ripped. This thing did a... do we want me to say this, or are you going to read this for yourself? Share day. Wow. 25,000%. That's sick. That's incredible, man. So yeah, have we missed out on making life-changing money with this thing? Yes. Right? It's not going to give the same returns from this point. But this is not doing this for no reason, right? So this is in my portfolio. About it, I don't know, slightly lower than where we are right now. And look, I think that this level right here is a good level. You have the start, you have this resistance, you have this support. If it comes down, that would be the level, right? And that's far from here. That's down 40%. We might not get there, but if we do, beautiful opportunity. It does, just got rejected by the bull market support band. So I am not predicting anything super interesting for this one in the coming couple of months, days/weeks. And if we look over the shorter term, then oh shit, wrong button. Luckily, I'm not a pilot. Then the 786, man, that's the level where it bounces hard. So on the slightly shorter term, that's actually already a great entry level. So I would be looking anywhere between that and this, like I said, final support lower than that, right? So between, like, let's say 2 cents and 3 cents. If it gets there, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful entry, in my opinion. Conducts on its Bitcoin pair. Also, like, you could say whatever you want, but like, this thing has been ripping, right? And you might look at this and be like, yo, dude, it went down, well, whatever, with fucking 80%. Yeah, it went up with 25,000%. What the fuck do you want? Of course, right? But even on its Bitcoin pair, it looks like, hey, we created some support right here, man. Look, great. And if it goes lower than that, then that's a lot lower, right? It doesn't measure for some fucking reason, but nevertheless, chart looks good, man. Higher lows, higher highs on its Bitcoin pair and the dollar pair. Big outperformer, so I dig it. That's it. Let me know if you want me to take a look at other altcoins. I can definitely do that. Subscribe to the channel. And if you want to like the video, then I will go over your coins, because again, I'm super bullish on the market over the long term. 2025 is going to be sweet. I know a lot of people say this time is different and we're going to top out soon. I'd say 2025 is going to be the year where it is all going to happen. And please do not get shaken out of the market before it's time, okay? That's it for today. Take care.